he is dealing with the effects of the Battle of Chancellorsville. The Union in the West is still going to be moving around, particularly Ulysses S. Grant. He's going to sail down the Mississippi River to try and take the city of Vicksburg. Vicksburg is the Gibraltar of the West. It is the he's going to be the city that can never fall into Union hands. Grant basically tells the Confederacy, "Here, hold my beer. Let me show you how I do it." And so that's exactly what he does. He sails down the Mississippi River and lands actually south of the city of Vicksburg. And then he's going to take a playbook. He's going to take a page from the playbook of Winfield Scott. Scott, when he landed in Mexico, in Veracruz, he cuts off his supplies and he goes straight to the Mexican capital. Well, that's exactly what Grant does. He cuts off his supplies as soon as he's on the eastern side bank of the Mississippi River and marches straight for Jackson, Mississippi, the capital of Mississippi. Why? In order to sever the last remaining railroad link between Vicksburg and the outside world. Then he marches due west towards the city of Vicksburg. He tries a frontal assault, but he finds that the city is just too well fortified. So he says, "Okay, not a problem. We'll just siege the city." And between May and July of 1863, the city of Vicksburg is going to be basically reduced to desperation. People inside the city are going to be eating various animals that you wouldn't even dream about eating just to survive. And eventually what we're going to see is that Vicksburg does fall to the Union. The commanding general inside Vicksburg, a guy named, his last name was Pemberton, knows Grant personally. In fact, before the war, the two men, Pemberton actually loaned Grant some money. But nonetheless, the two men are going to meet on July 3rd, 1863, negotiate a surrender. And the following day, July 4th, 1863, Vicksburg finally falls. The fall of Vicksburg is going to be when the North finally controls the entirety of the Mississippi. Well, not the entirety, because there's one more fort that needs to fall. It's called Port Hudson. And since you've never heard of Port Hudson, you can imagine how big it is. It's very small compared to the Gibraltar of Vicksburg. If you could take Vicksburg, Port Hudson's going to be a cakewalk. And so Port Hudson will eventually fall to Union control, and allowing the United States to control the entirety of the Mississippi River. This is going to effectively cut off Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. So nothing of any significant value can cross over the Mississippi from these states without the Union knowing it. So, you already have one of Scott's major element of the Anaconda Plan is already in effect. The Mississippi River is now under the control of the Union.